In the way the Indian cow or the Zebu breed is called Kamadhenu. Kama means desire and Dhenu means the giver. The Western historians wrongly interpreted Kamadhenu as some goddess. The Kamadhenu is nothing but the Zebu breed of cow. It provides her owner with whatever he desires. Almost all Ayurvedic medicines are prepared in Zebu cow ghee. The Zebu cow plays an important role in providing not only milk and milk products, but it can create a land that produces plenty of food and water. Zebu breed of cows can help create an ecosystem that can fill even deserts with greenery. These cows are closely related to the fertility of the earth and are known to rejuvenate dead and lifeless land in just 3 to 6 months, even those land which have been ruined by years of chemical fertilizer use. Since all this is directly or indirectly connected to wealth, it's called the Kamadhenu. The Indian cow is thus a good luck charm. The more closer it stays to the house, the better is its effects. Some people even have the cow stay inside their house. The Vedas have also very specifically described her various features by associating various gods and their virtues to the various parts of its body. Kamadhenu has been said to dwell in Goloka, the land of the cows, which is India, and Patala. Now Patala is a land that is geographically below India. So it could be Sri Lanka and Africa. For those with agricultural land, Kamadhenu or Indian cow is very beneficial for the land, especially if the cow is kept on the farmland during daytime. One cow needs at least half an acre of land where it can move around in daytime. But this has become the practice today that people with no land is buying cows and putting them in cubicles as if the poor things were kept in cellular jails. These imprisoned animals live their whole life inside the cubicle. They poop there and lay in their own poop, with their udder in it, because it never gets cleaned as much as it needs to be. In all such dairies, the front will be clean but the rear is always smeared with cow dung. This is a wrong way to take care of cows. Punganur cow. This cow is an amazing breed of a cow. Small cows are predominantly found around hilly region and bigger cows like ghee are more suited to flat terrain. Although they can adapt very well to any climate and terrain. Those who want to have small cow are requested not to go for a Vetra cow but to go for a Punganur cow of Andhra Pradesh. It is among the world's smallest humped cattle breeds. The Punganur breed's milk has a high fat content and is rich in medicinal properties. While HF cow milk normally has a fat content of 3.5%, the Punganur breed's milk contains 8%. Most other Indian cow milk contain 4.5% fat. Punganur's weight is 150 kilograms and require only a third of the quantity of fodder and water than even other Indian cows. The cow has an average milk yield of 2 liters per day and has a daily feed intake of just 5 kilograms, 3% of its body weight. It is highly drought resistant, and able to survive even exclusively on dry fodder. It might appear to most observers that HF gives 9 times more milk than Punganur cows, but HF also eats and drinks 9 times more than Punganur. At the same time, HF cows have additional expenses, in terms of comfort, reducing ambient temperatures which increases electricity bill, vaccines, insurance cost, etc. All these additional costs, no matter how minor, will be a factor that will get multiplied with the number of animals you will have in future. This exposes the business for more risk at different levels. HF cows in India are not sustainable. Meaning such cows cannot be kept if people did not buy milk. HF is a single-purpose cow. Per day milk output of all kinds of cows are almost identical if you link it to their feed quantity. For example, 50 kg green fodder given to 10 Punganur cow will give 20 liters of milk, which is almost same as one HF cow consuming 50 kilograms green fodder. So what are the features of a good Kamadhenu? The features mentioned are almost similar for all Indian breeds like Ghee, Sahiwal, Red Sindhi, Kankrej, Ongole, Kangayam, etc. All these cattle are domestic, healthy, can easily withstand disease, sustainable cattle and have much long life than imported cattle in India. Breeds should never be crossed with another breed unless the male or female is near extinct, as is the case with Punganur cow. So here are the features. Eyes. Eyes should be big, black and doe-like. It should resemble the eyes of a deer. Horns. Western science has proved that horns are needed by the animal for thermoregulation and cooling. They contribute to the animal's natural biology and immunity. Horn livestock are better able to defend themselves and their young from predators such as wolves and dogs. The horn should be thick and strong. There should not be any uneven mop of hair in the center of its head. Ears. The longer the ears of the cow the better it is. Because the ears are the cooling devices. Because of this reason the ears of the cows should in no circumstances be cut or pierced. Vets have advised us never to pierce the ears of the cow. Hair coat. The hair coat must be glossy. Dry hair coat shows an unhealthy cow. This shiny hair coat of the Indian cow reflects much of the sun's rays, adding to its ability to graze in the glaring midday sun without suffering. Sweating ability. Indian cows have sweat glands and the ability to sweat freely through the pores of the skin, similar to a horse, which contributes materially to their heat tolerance. Loose skin under neck. The cow must have an abundance of loose skin especially around its neck. Indian cows have around 20% extra skin surface area. This loose skin around the neck helps to cool down and withstand warm weather. This loose skin combined with its shiny hair coat and ability to sweat results in around 50% better cooling efficiency. Hoofs. Abnormality in the hoofs could mean the cow had to stand for long periods, most probably due to negligence and the ground around it being wet or unclean. The hoofs play a unique role because the 400 kilograms weight of the cow comes down on this tiny hoofs. Each hoof bears 100 kilograms weight and this doubles when they walk and play. When the cow lay down to chew the cud their wide body and its weight and width flatten the grass in that area. The use of the hoofs and the body of the cow play an important part in rejuvenating the land. That is why every square meter of the farm should have the cow on it, at least once in a year or after harvest period. This ancient Indian and African method has been recognized as scientific and is called crawling. Hump. The hump of a cow must be prominent. Suryakatanadi. This is a spot that lies 6 inches behind the hump. It is this hump, Suryakatanadi and horns that make all the difference. Cows must be exposed to sunlight during daylight hours to get the maximum benefit. Cow 1 buys should have these 3 minimum features. Backbone. Back of a cow should not be flat and it should taper down towards the tail. It should resemble the back of a horse. Rear legs. The rear legs should be powerful. Rear legs and butt should resemble that of a horse. The Vedas have given various features of gods for each part of the cow. For example, Lakshmi is supposed to reside in the dung. The dung falls on the ground and enriches it with nutrients. The insects that come to eat the dung from under the ground creates micro-tunnels in the ground which send drained water underground. Both of this go on to grow food and thus wealth. Ganga is said to reside in its urine. It probably denotes the power of the urine to purify the land from pest and bad bacteria and makes the land fertile. Rahu and Ketu resides in the neck and heart, thus anybody who kills the Indian cow is sure to suffer because his land will fail in fertility and because its urine, which did the work of organic pesticide, will no longer clean the land. There will be more infection, pest and unhealthy soil. This situation is very much prevalent in almost all farms in India today. Rahu is something that is considered inauspicious and negative. Rahu is also considered as a pest. Ketu is a symbolism for snake. Not only Indian scientists but scientists in Switzerland too have reported of finding gold in cow's urine and dung respectively. The Switzerland scientist Mr. Walter Wolfwindisch makes gold from cow dung. A recent investigation by the Desicow magazine January 24, 2013, arrived at the conclusion that by 2023, India will be forced to start importing milk. And also that Indian cow will become extinct. 3 reasons stand out. 1. Indian government, over the past few decades, has pushed, shoved and encouraged imports of exotic breeds, and today these breeds have become a majority. 2. These exotic animals are unpractical and cannot be owned by economically weaker section of the society who actually own 69% of the cows in India. 3. The government has significantly mismanaged cow breeding. The government's dairy policy and outlook is highly outdated and needs to be replaced with modern, evidence-based thinking.